What up? It's DJ Mike Lawry. Quick question that was asked to me: what is freestyling? And I looked at the interview with Big Daddy Kane. Shouts out to Big Daddy Kane. And he was talking about how his definition of freestyling. So me being born in the '80s and representing the '90s, as that was the time that I was a teenager, this is what we define freestyling. Freestyling back then used to be literally, as Big Daddy Kane referenced it, coming off the dome, which means anything that came out, it was a freestyle. So there was no clear cut concept or anything. Whatever. I do this in my class. I'm in my class right now. But if a kid can give me 4 consistent lines, I'll freestyle about anything in the room. I was hot from the womb. Right. So I'll do stuff like that. And then if somebody beat on the table, then I'll just start freestyling and I'll go forever. And they can point at stuff and I'll start freestyling. But what I'm saying is I'm talking about anything. Now, somewhere along the line, let's talk about it in the comments. I want to say this was around Rap City days. They used to ask artists to kick a freestyle and people would be saying something that we heard them say already, which let us know that it was either written or it was something that you said already. So technically it was a freestyle if it was off your head, but if it was written, then it's not a freestyle. And then we started to see people go on radio shows and interviews and things where they were actually like, we see people pull phones out and all types of stuff. So, it turned into something else. You know what I mean? Written work, song lyrics and all of that. Where for me, I'm still from the school of you just coming off the top, right? Like whatever you got, say that junk rhyme. I can't even stop doing it. You know what I mean? And that's what me and my crew used to do. Like I'm talking about like when I was 14 years old. Somebody asked you to freestyle, that means you ain't even thought of what you about to say. Or maybe you've been thinking about it all day and it's starting to come out. But we can talk about, like right now I'm looking at the door, I'm looking at the cones, there's a garbage can in here, it's a printer. So all of those things would be something that I would put in the freestyle. We wild. I'm the oldest of 3 childs. And then, of course, the word's children. But see, when you freestyling, the words don't come off the same way that they used to. And that's one thing I love about music. It can be anything. It might be something you never heard of. It might be something that I just made up, but it's dope. It's hard. You know what I mean? So I'm literally still looking at stuff in the room. So that is my definition. I'll circle back and give the full out definition again. Freestyling from my generation, being in the 90s, was something coming off the head, right? It was clear, new, nobody heard it before. So when you see me the next time, you shouldn't hear the same freestyle I had. But some people did that too, so let's hear it in the comments. What is your definition of freestyling? Is it just rapping? And I heard somebody say this, y'all put in the comments, I forget which rapper said it. It was like, nah, I don't do freestyles. I do paid styles though, something like that. You can pay me for it because as I got older, I started to see people in the industry like, yo, I'm not rapping for you for free. You can pay for this album I just put out. You know what I mean? But I like the idea of it because it's almost like a teaser. But I understand from their perspective, I'll put a single out. There's your teaser. There's your teaser. All right. DJ Mike Lawry, let me know what your definition of freestyle is. Put it down there in the comments. Let me know where you're from and what you call it, right? Because we call it freestyle. All right. Or off the top of the dome. I don't think nobody say that no more because it's 2025. But let's hear it. Peace and love.